Kia ora, Canterbury, and welcome to Canterbury Live on this beautiful Wednesday, the 4th of March. Well, we've got a great show coming up, but first, we did talk about it yesterday, that Matatini, yes, Te Matatini is happening this week in Canterbury at North Hagley Park. It is the mecca of kapahaka. So many groups from around New Zealand and also as far as Australia coming to Christchurch, and you may have seen a lot of bustle happening around the city already, but it's very exciting, and we have a adult pass to give away, so really easy. Just call through to Marianne on 3777 033 or go to our Facebook page and leave your details, but a very wonderful event for you and the whole family. Now, coming up on today's show, we catch up with Phyllis Brown, yes, our spiritual guide, and we're talking about sound healing. I'm really looking forward to that. Well, boot camp, we did talk about last week, and yes, it has happened. Yes, I've quickly got into my phone box and changed back, but we have had a bit of boot camp today, so you'll see all about that. And Stacey Herbert, yes, on Friday we caught up with Stacey, remarkable young lady, and as you know, she's fundraising to go to the States to assist. So we're here to help her and support her, so we'll be looking back at the interview that I had with her on Friday. But first up, Wawawiwa, hello. He's just shining and beaming here in his mauve, purple, whatever you call it, Anthony Goff. Seriously,
wonderful.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
That is just incredible. But you have to show the shoes, put them up. Dougie's screaming up your shoes. He's really jealous. Dougie wants something like those. He does. You have to tell him their footwear. They are just divine. They're like a piece of art, aren't they?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love my shoes. And they're bought here in Christchurch. That's what everyone can't believe. Going to Restart. Those are the sort of shoes. And they've got women's ones.
Oh.
And I don't own the shop.
You don't wear those though?
No.
No, okay, well,
No,
that's all right. And look at this. He's even got, look at this. Look. It's not a little black book. It's a little purple book. And
You've got to have matching phone and your matching business card holder.
Goodness.
You've got to accessorise these things correctly, you know.
You do. It's really important. You heard this here first. My goodness. No black in Anthony Goff's wardrobe. Hey, Te Matatini, it is pretty cool happening this week.
It's unbelievable. It is the best of Māori culture dumped on our doorstep. It happens only twice a year. I don't remember the last time we had it in Christchurch.
29 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And I've been driving past in the Hagley Park. Unbelievable. Whole area, and there'll be food and everything else. What an exciting time. And it only runs for 4 days.
It does.
So don't fall asleep, people. Get in there, is what I'd say.
I don't think you could fall asleep, to be fair, at one of those performances. They're pretty empowering. And the staging moves to each city they go to, and it's just beautiful, the carving that is around it. So very special indeed. This Saturday night, though, you could be fortunate and maybe unfortunate if you see this man with St John's this Saturday night. What are you doing, the Tango?
Yeah, I'm going to be in a Tango vehicle. Now, Tango is the one vehicle that has all the high-tech gear in it for emergency response. And I'm going to be an observer passenger in there. And they run 12-hour shifts. I can't do 12 hours. I'm going from 6 till 3 in the morning, 9 hours. That's long enough for me.
So 6 p.m. till 3 in the morning, you'll be out there with them.
And so they said, would you like to come around? And I said, that'd be great, because also, obviously, with my bars and restaurants, really good to see firsthand what they actually meet and how bad or otherwise perhaps the alcohol is. And but I think we're the vehicle that really goes to car accidents and that sort of thing as the first responder. So
how are you feeling about that, in all
slightly
seriousness?
Nervous, actually.
Yeah.
Slightly nervous.
Yeah,
but
that's understandable.
I think you should be nervous. But great, you know, it will be a great experience for me, and I feel so privileged that they've invited me to be a passenger, see it all, and
I look forward to hearing about it next month, how it all did. Imagine that, having Mr Goff turn up at your doorstep. Woo! You better tone down your suit, lovely, just quietly.
I won't be dressed like this.
The bus exchange, what's happening?
Well, it's all go. It's so busy. They're working 7 days on it. They've dragged all the steelworkers from around town onto it.
From your site?
Yes, I've lost all my steelworkers right at the moment because they've got liquidated damages against them if they don't deliver. They need to deliver by the end of next month. I don't think they will, but it's very close, looks spectacular, absolutely wonderful. So that's on Litchfield Street, Colombo Street corner. drive to town, have a look, absolutely wonderful. And then you've got the Justice roaring out of the ground. It's sort of 5 stories high, the steel columns now on it. So you're actually starting to get an idea of the form. And when you look at the columns, the little black blobs on the top of the ground floor columns, those are the base isolators that everyone talks about.
The blobs.
The blobs.
The very expensive blobs.
Very expensive, but it allows the building to rock above the ground floor, independent of the ground below. And that's what preserves the strength of the building. Fantastic looking building it will be. And it's set back off Litchfield Street. It's not going to be hard on the road, so you don't have this nice drive in front of it. Absolutely wonderful.
So more aesthetical. The Triangle Centre, oldie but a goodie, is it coming back?
Yes, they're actually flat out working on it. Tim Glasson's rebuilding that. It is also a spectacular glass-looking box with a big atrium in the middle. Absolutely wonderful, due for completion at the end of next year. And he's in the ground digging at the moment.
Literally, Mr. Glasson is out there digging in there.
Not him, no. But
I wouldn't think so.
No.
I wouldn't think so at all. How about the crossing?
Well, they've started work on that. The site's been cleared, all the bits that are going to come down. There's a huge mountain of soil on, or rubble that's on Cashel Street. What they're doing is they're compressing the ground below it. I actually did that. I borrowed 2 buildings in town onto my site. So I borrowed Tiwa Puna House and Holiday Inn in rubble form and put enormous amounts of rubble and squashed the soil down. And then so I didn't have to pile it. So that's what they're doing on the crossing site at the moment.
Oh, there you were. You started a trend there, didn't you? As you do always, Anthony. Hey, great seeing you, my friend. I wish you all the best for this Saturday. Hope you don't get anything on your suit or whatever you're going to wear this week. But we'll hear about it all next month.
Wonderful.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
No problem. Stay with us. After the break, we catch up with Phyllis Brown and it's boot camp. See you soon. I'm sure it was Buddha that said, "What I think I will be," or along those lines. Is it true?
It is true. It is. We do create our own reality, and some people find that quite difficult to grasp the concept. But on a really basic term, some people will wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to have a fabulous day today," and that's a really positive affirmation to have. And so then they have a fabulous day. Whereas other people might wake up and go, "Oh, it's just going to be a terrible day today." So therefore, it becomes a really difficult day. And I thought I'd bring up the topic of positive affirmation because we're past the new year and maybe our resolve or our resilience about being positive might be waning. And it's really important just to have that frame of mind. Mindfulness was a huge topic for last year and it's still a big topic this year. So we've got to think positively. And I know it can be difficult when we've got really difficult situations happening around us. But even simple things like, I feel well, so I am well. You know, something simple can really get us through the day or get us over a hurdle or get us through an illness or get us to a stage where we go, okay, right, the worst is behind us.
Get us back in check. Is it important to have like visuals then to stimulate that?
I think for some people, even just having some beautiful flowers and just looking at the flower and saying, I behold beauty before me, and just remember that there is beauty in the world. But it's about what you say to yourself. So the visuals might stimulate, but it's what goes on up here. So when we have an affirmation of, I wholly love and accept myself, you have to really say that to yourself in the mirror and really believe that, because that would then, if you wholly love and accept yourself, then other people will wholly love and accept yourself. And so when it comes to self-esteem and self-confidence, then, there's nothing quite like talking to yourself in the mirror to get a positive affirmation in here, in the mind, in the heart, so that you can then face the challenges, that are there.
And believe it.
Yeah.
Now you've got here some oracle cards. Tell us about those. There's magical unicorns.
We've got magical unicorn cards, and again, there's lots of little packs out there that can help you get started. So the likes of the oracle cards, they've just got a one strap line that might say, have a magical day, you are supported. And even those little simple phrases can help you get through a difficult time. I am supported, I am supported, I'm going to have a magical day. Can you imagine saying that to yourself on a day-to-day basis? And you get beautiful books there that, you know, there's lots of affirmation books. Louise L. Hay, I should say, has an amazing range of affirmation books out there, but they help heal the body. And so affirmation work, mindfulness, it's been out there. There's lots of tools that you can find.
Yeah, that is. But the biggest thing is it believing.
You have to believe it. So looking in the mirror and just saying, I'll go back to that one, I love and accept myself. You know, people find that quite difficult. People would look in the mirror and they might, well, my hair's a mess, or, you know, I've put on 3 kilos over Christmas or whatever. But if you just say that simple phrase, I love and accept myself, do that make a huge difference in your life? Because you then radiate that to other people. You radiate, and then they love and accept you. They're not looking at your bad hair day or your broken chipped nails or whatever it is. They're looking at you and go, gosh, she looks amazing, because you're exuding that beautiful positive affirmation.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you have negativity around you, it can be hard though, can't it?
It can be really hard, and again, with a positive affirmation, even just it's time for me to rise above this, or I rise above this, or I no longer accept your negative thought forms, then that again, that moves you away from that negativity. So you're rising above, you're moving away, you're no longer accepting, so you're on the move.
You stay in your bubble.
You're staying in your bubble and you're in that positive space.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, what is our card for this week?
Our card for today is manifestation. And again, you are what you create. That was the phrase that you brought forward. So you have the power in your mind to create the day or the event or any action that is going to really help you move along. So stay positive, manifest well, and be mindful about what you're thinking.
What a great tool for us to take away today. Thanks so much, Phyllis. I look forward to next time. You have a wonderful week. We'll see you in a fortnight's time. Now, as promised, woo, yes, the light crew was on for boot camp before we went to air today. Here's John Verd and moi. John, we promised it, and here it is, boot camp. You're starting things off. It's awesome. Okay,
yes,
so I'm in the gear, ready for it. So where should we start?
Okay, we'll start with a little bit of a warm-up. So we're just going to stand with our feet together, nice and relaxed, take a couple deep breaths. Stretch out the lungs and the chest. And then just do a few hula hips, hands on hips, move it around. Get the hips moving. Yeah, start out the morning with a little dancing.
Quite good, isn't it?
And other way around. There we go. Good. And to the knees. Let's make sure we get all the joints warmed up.
How important is warming up though?
It's very important, because if you start too quickly or too fast, you could injure yourself. The ligaments and tendons take a little bit longer to warm up than the actual muscles do. So if you want to prevent injuries, which I do.
Yeah. And the older you get, you should be thinking about it as well, shouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Round and around. Other side, just a few toe circles there. Also work on your balance as well. And other way around. Just working on your range of motion.
These are things we can do in a lounge though. We're watching,
absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, minimal equipment, if any at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll just warm up the leg muscles, just feet together. We'll just do a few deep knee bends, reaching down towards the floor. Keep your chest up and your weight on your heels, and just reaching down towards the floor. Don't worry about going down all the way if you can't.
So keep your back straight?
Keep your back straight, chin up and back.
So if you're being a bit clever, could you have some free weights with you as well?
Absolutely. In fact, a progression would be to add some weights and do a pull back like this.
Yeah.
Then we start working the shoulders, and then we could even work into a raise up and down, and just going further and further.
Okay.
We could even progress into a jump.
All right.
Leaving the floor, up, down, up, and down. So that's one thing we can do to get the heart rate going.
Okay.
And then
so that's the key, is to get a bit of that
Right,
rate.
with some rest intervals in between, but we like to do like some high intensity intervals, bring it down a little bit, but your heart rate is going all the time while we're working different muscle groups. So we can work opposing groups as we go. And then we can go down to take a little rest break after that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a lean and rest.
Lean and
Yeah, here we go.
lean and rest, love it.
So we're just gonna lean right here, like that.
So bottom down?
And yeah, and if you're not quite ready for that, if your back muscles aren't quite ready, you can always go to the knees if you need to.
If you're just starting out, should you be
If you're just starting out, it's depending on a lot on your core strength, how your back is doing. And then we just go to lean and rest, and we could just stay like this and work on our endurance, work on our abs. Make sure you're in a nice straight line down your body.
Okay.
And I should be able to take a soccer ball and just roll it down your back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
So yeah, without dropping too low, keep it nice and straight. And then we can also go down to a plank position, which is a little more challenging, right? And we could progress from here to work on the back of the arms, work on that, the waddle, the women call it back in the States.
What do they call it? The waddle. Is it all those chicken arms?
That's
sort of
right.
Things
and then we can turn it into a walking the plank, just down and back up again, elbows to hand. And then we could switch it over to the other hand.
Oh, okay.
And back up and down, so we work both sides.
Right.
So you're not uneven. There we go. Down and up. Good, you feel rested?
Yeah, well, rest. So what should we do now?
Okay, let's take it over to the wall. You've been working hard, so
I'm just going to hear my radio mic. There's some things you need to hear me, so it's just slipped out. But it's fixed now. It's good.
So I'm just going to let you sit down now.
Okay.
Take a little rest break right here, and we're just going to sit down.
I know you're fibbing. I'm just
And
going to do my radio.
relax right here. There we go.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
such
that
a
relaxing?
You're such a porky pie.
So you want to keep your heels about under your knees right there, so that your knees are in a good position, and just relax it right there and just see how long you can go. There you go.
Actually, when I was doing boxing training for a fight, we had the gloves on and we're actually out there.
Yes, you can also add a little bit of workout here. We're doing your punches here.
Cool. Well, I think it's an awesome start to it. Then, John, and next week, what should we do? What are we going to do next week?
Next week we can do some exercise work on the bum a little bit.
Love that. The girls love working at their butt. Are we going for the big Kardashian booty or just toned?
Toned. Well, everybody's genetics are different, so.
Okay, well, should we do some
Results may
breathing?
vary.
Should we do some of that breathing just to bring things down?
Right, and then we always do a cool down. A stretch that I like to do is, they call it a sun salutation or there's different names for it, but if you just stand with your legs together nice and straight, take a big breath, reach up as high as you can, hold your breath, bring it around, down towards the floor as far as it'll go.
See you next time. Thanks, John.
Exhale back up, chin in.
Welcome back to Canterbury Live. Well, last Friday I caught up with Stacey Herbert. You would have known about her tragic story from the Press building. She has a wonderful fundraising event happening this weekend, and here I join her. Well, next Saturday it's all happening out at Wigram. Shoot for the stars. And speaking of stars, I'm joined by one right now. Stacey Herbert joins me on the couch. How are we doing, lovely?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Huge event happening next Saturday, but let's touch on and go back in history.
Yep.
And tell us about 4 years ago in the Press building and how your life changed.
Yeah, well, it was just, February the 22nd and the earthquake struck. I was at work and basically everything collapsed, the top floor collapsed. Basically, to cut it short, I was trapped for about over 8 hours and then ended up over the next few days losing both legs above the knee and also almost lost my arms and had a few other injuries and spent many months in hospital, and it's kind of just been in and out of hospital since.
Yeah, and I know there's been a lot of talk about those that lost their lives, but and so not intentionally, but I think somewhere we've actually glossed over there was a lot like yourself that was so badly injured.
Yeah, there was. I guess I'm more aware because I know some of the other people that were injured, but everyone has their own story and everything's challenging, it is what it is.
It is, yeah. Well, you haven't lost your spirit at all, and spirit is something that's definitely driving you through for the event that's happening next Saturday, which is quite exciting. Shoot for the Stars. How did this all come about?
My sister-in-law is brother-in-law, he works for Mike Pero, and they saw an article in the paper, and he was talking to his boss, and who works for Mike Pero, and basically they kind of approached me and said, you know, we'd like to kind of help you, support you to do a fundraiser. And it started just from there. Now I've got like, you know, about 10 to 12 friends and family members, you know, helping me out. We're having like, you know, meetings every week, and now it's twice a week. Yeah, so it's all quite a learning experience because everyone's like working full time, and none of us have really done this before. So it's full on, but it's quite exciting, and yeah.
Well, you ask a busy person, you get something done, the old saying goes. What is the funds being raised for? Tell us about that.
It's being raised so that I can go over to the States. There's a place called Hangar where they've done the most rehabilitation for people with above knee amputations like mine, and because mine is so high up, it's really difficult. Whereas here in Christchurch, we've got a limb centre and they do a great job, but they don't see people with my type of injuries because it's normally from like bomb blasts and, you know, soldiers at war. So going over there will allow me to get the best technology and the people with the best experience to fit me with a prosthetics because there's not much there to fit. It's all the small adjustments and all the small little know-hows and, you know, things they've learnt along the way, which is what they can't provide here. So you're raising funds to get over there to fit me with the first set of limbs, which are like shorties. So basically you've got a socket, and then I'd be about that tall. And so like, you know, I'd have to be a dwarf, but you know, that's okay. And then over time you get better at being that height because it's lower to the ground, so better centre of gravity. And you know, you build up your endurance, and then over time you'll get your height increased again and again till you get a knee kind of thing. So there'll be a lot of it. There's a lot of going to be backwards and forwards. So you know, there's money going towards flights, accommodation, other necessities. Like I'm going to have someone come with me. So of course there's 2 people, not 1 people going.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you can't give an exact number, which some people like. So we're just kind of going a roundabout number.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does it cost? But it'll be the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. We're hoping that because it's overseas, ACC don't tend to fund things, but we're looking at putting an application in so that they can fund it. So instead of needing to raise like 250,000, it will be about 150,000 because the knees are a huge part of cost. So yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's just quite surreal.
Yeah.
Sort of thinking it's not as simple as finding some limbs and just putting them on. There's a whole process.
Not for me.
And a big, big journey. Well, it is all about the money. So it's happening next Saturday at Wigram. Now the host is the gorgeous Sue White. Now she's a laugh and a hoot, and she's
so
great.
nice.
And of course Mike Pero, a big shout out to that team because they've been a great supporter of you. But there will be charity items, there'll be a dinner, lovely, and drinks as well. Well hosted.
Yeah, and we've got some entertainment, so it should be.
Yeah, so so you've got, who have you got entertaining it?
Anita Danger Doll, so she's going to do an act, so it'll be quite interesting to see everyone's reaction. But I think it'll just be a fun night, and it'll be nice to meet everyone. Like, I mean, I won't get to meet everyone, but you know, people that are supporting me, and yeah, it's really nice to know there's all these other people out there just kind of
Well, you've got beautiful energy, and I'm sure that if we can't go next Saturday, then we can certainly help you in other ways.
Yeah.
And we will have the details on our Facebook page, so don't you worry, because there's quite a lot as far as the links and that. I'm not going to put Stacey on the spot there. There is Eventbrite, there is Give a Little, and also the Facebook page Rise Up Stacey. Quite a lot of details in there, so just go to our Facebook page or call through to Marianne on 3777 033. She'll have the details there as well. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Keep in touch.
Yeah.
Want to see how you're going on.
No, I will.
And walking tall.
Yeah.
She's an absolute angel. It was a privilege to have her in the studio. So please, if you can, support Stacey Herbert. Go to our Facebook page and see the details here. She's a special angel kept on this earth. Have a great day. Now tomorrow we have Runway Models hitting the studio, and we have some more budget advice. All this and much more. See you tomorrow.
La mode tranchée, les grands défilés.